a few months after, maybe a year after, but they will always recommend finding someone again. But it's not the same. Not everyone is quick to advise a lady to move on and find someone again. But in the end, is it not the welfare of these individuals who are grieving or mourning that we should be concerned about? And if that is what is of utmost concern to us, the fact that they deserve love, the fact that they deserve companionship, and all the benefits that come with being in a loving relationship, irrespective of the fact that they have lost someone that they once attached themselves to. 070 0923 0923 070 0923 0923. Once again, WhatsApp and Telegram number 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. And then Shaibu says, can you imagine a woman whose husband is still in the mortuary, already started having affairs up and down with different men? That's how they will shout, "Arro, abomination." Someone says, I believe this, that the fastest way to heal love wounds is to find love again. But for me, the biggest challenge in life is moving on and finding love again. Haven't lost a partner to death before. I haven't lost a partner to death before, but had broken relationships. And moving on is not easy though. It's the best way to heal. Dave, send that in. Sunny from PH says, good afternoon. Losing a loved one is the most painful thing in life. You see that moving on is the aspect I don't know how to do. I lost my only daughter of 5 years on the 7th of January. Do you know that up till now, I'm still finding it very difficult to move on? In fact, I have to keep one pair of her shoes in my office so that I keep feeling as if she's still with me. How do I move on, please? Whoosh. I don't have the answer, to be honest. I don't. I mean, this is a joint loss between you and your wife, or you and the mother of your daughter. Now, someone says, as long as you can wait. How long? Which one is as long as you can wait? What if it's 1 month? 1 month after I lose my husband, and the next thing is, okay, I feel like I've grieved enough. I have mourned enough. Shall we move on? Yes, we shall. Nigerian folk, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good afternoon to you.
Mr. Zion, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Traditionally, I just 1 year to one husband.
1 year, okay?
1 year. And 1 year. So, traditionally, 1 year. They are there, they are gone. But because those memories we share together, times we work together, so much. So, for we the men, it's very easy for us to go. Even when they're giving too much for us, we are men telling you the gospel truth. But for the women, it takes time. It takes time. That is why in some tradition, like where I come from, after the 1 year, they come together to do second burial, where the will will be led. We call it 2 years. Some of the properties will be shared. And we couldn't have. And then asked her, do you want to stay in this marriage or in this family, or you want to go? If she so long, so celebrated, she said, oh, I will stay back. Okay. If you want to stay back, who among his brothers would you want to marry? Then she will choose, oh, I think I love Mr. Zion. The way he looks, he's very handsome, have this kind of shit, I can stay with him.
Why must he be one of his brothers?
That is the tradition. That is our tradition. But if she said, no, I don't want to stay here, I want to go back to my father's house, of course, tradition to come together will send her back, which means she has nothing left here except her children. But in most cases, most of the women don't want to go. They want to stay back because of their children, because of the love they shared in that family.
So hold on. If she decides to go back to her parents' house, is she going to go without the children?
No, they shouldn't stay back.
The children stay back.
Of course.
Interesting.
So she go empty-handed.
Wow.
That is why in all cases, the women always stay back. If they stay back, more benefit to share, more things acquired, they can acquire. But that is only on death. What about when it comes into maybe end of the relationship like divorce, separated, or that? You see, the women, even if they leave, they get into another relationship. What did they get into? A rebound. And in that rebound, it's even more worse than their husband or their boyfriend they just left. In most cases. But in the other side of we the guys, we can easily walk away. Even in 2 days, even there are still situations when the woman will just leave this morning, the evening, another woman is there. Another woman is there.
But we are more particular about that. Okay, the person died. It's not separation. It's not divorce. The person actually died.
Just 1 year to mourn the person. After 1 year, you can just pick up your broken pieces, mend yourself, get into another relationship if you so wish. But like I said, the women find it difficult to go into another relationship. In most of the time, they will talk her into it. You know, you are still young now. You can't stay alone now. She will just like, I can't stay without this man. I can't. There is this thing that is why to a large extent I celebrate women. They hardly cheat. They hardly go away from that which they have been committed to. So they find it difficult. So that is why in most of the cases, the family members, they rally around her. They keep her busy. Oh, won't you go to your brother, your husband's brother's place, your sister's place? Can't you go here? Can't you? Before you know, they introduce her to everybody so that even if she doesn't want another relationship, with the busy activities of the day, she can now get over that husband that is gone, including the wife too. But like I said, it's hardly for we the men, you can't trust us. But the women, you can trust them.
All right, thank you so much. Nigerian for good afternoon to you. Welcome to the sunny side.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh dear. So sorry about that. Someone is asking, Didi, good afternoon. Please, how old is your mother-in-law? Are you interested? She's in her 50s. She's in her 50s. So does that help? Tambari Michael R says some spouse murdered their partner simply because they have found another lover. And that's why they easily move on within a very short period after the partner's death. Well, sometimes it may not be murder. Sometimes these people died by natural causes. But you see, what happens between a man and a woman, especially those that are married, is largely unknown to the general public. You know, there are conversations that some persons are shying away from. And this is why I say so. It's easy to say, for better, for worse, till death do us part. But before the vows are said, how many of us have sat down with this person and say, babe, death is inevitable. You know, it's the price that all men pay. It's a debt that all men pay. Eventually, when it comes, you don't not know. That's why we have to live life to the fullest and, you know, enjoy life while we can. So, babe, what if one of us goes now? Have you ever had that kind of conversation with your partner? It's a tough one to, it's a tough discussion. I'm being honest. I don't think I'm even ready for that kind of conversation. But I know of some couples who have had that kind of conversation and agreed between themselves. Well, it depends. If you're still young, I would advise that you move on. I'll advise that you take another wife to be with you, to be helpmate with you, for you, to you, to be companion to you. I'll advise you take another husband. No, true, trust me. You're still young, you're still beautiful. You should take another husband. They may even go as far as suggesting people within their circle that they trust to take care of their partners should anything happen to them. It sounds untrue, right? It sounds unrealistic in this Nigeria, in this world. But people are having these conversations. People are realizing that I go doesn't mean your life has to be put on hold. So what if this couple had that conversation and it was agreed between the both of them that they shouldn't waste time mourning themselves should they pass on. They should move on. And that is what happens after the person passes on. They move on quickly. Do you now come back to say, we talk am nashi kilam. Nashi. It never even reach 1 year. It never even reach 1 year. It never even reach 2 years. Nashi kilam. It don't get waiting in one time. Now in killing wife. See this woman we in there with now, as I tell you so. This thing, they start on since when the wife they alive. Oh. As soon as the wife does die now, they don't say, now two of them ain't join their hands together like this, kill that innocent woman. Try, wherever she did now. Hey. This her bestie. That's how we draw the conclusion. But we do not really know what happened, right? Nigerian folk, good afternoon. I don't know what's happening to my phone lines there, but if there's any way you can get through to us, please do. Etiano Iboran Matthew says, it depends on the decision of the person. For me, I mourned my late wife for a month. Then I moved on just to avoid depression. Next month will make it 2 years, but I still can't forget about her in my life. Interesting. Nigerian folk, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Go ahead.
Well, from my own, I want to talk about my own personal experience.
All right, go ahead.
Something like this has happened to me.
Okay.
And that you find out that when you grieve, you pay too much attention to yourself. And the way to move on, to find something or somebody to pay attention.
I'm so sorry. Please do call back. I'm interested in what you have to say. I'm sure the listener is interested as well. People are different, and it could depend on the covenant the couple had made. Some things are beyond the natural and beyond religion. That's why I laugh at certain things people talk about getting over it. When things look some way for my other half, town elders on both sides, we're both from royal families in different tribes, got together and said, we need to get to the root cause. If one dies, it doesn't matter who, the other will follow. We are both alive today. Anonymous send that in. I wish Anonymous could throw more light in that message though. Kachi says, I lost a very good friend. He was not just a friend but a brother to me. 5th February made it a year since he passed on. His mother had told the wife she's free to remarry, but her focus is on her little son. I myself have not gotten over the death, not to talk of the wife, to the point that after his death, his elder brother finding it difficult to move on I must tell you, it is not easy. Thank you so much, Kachi. Nigerian for good
Hello,
afternoon.
brother. Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, I was talking when the line cut. I just called back again.
Sorry. Welcome back.
All right. So, as I was saying, most of the times when we grieve, we pay a lot of attention to ourselves. And during the process, you don't have the chance to open yourself to the world, to love. That I noticed that immediately I stopped grieving. Well, not like stopped grieving, I was still grieving, but I found something else to do. I got myself busy. I said to read about other people that pass through situations like this and how they handle it. And I noticed that most of the people that came out of it fast tend to pay attention to take care of other people. That is why I believe that women handle it better, because they turn all their attention to their children. They pour all the love and attention to their children, and it's easy for them to go to the grief. With men, like with me, it took me 4 years to balance.
4 years?
Yes, like it was difficult. But when I understood that, I opened myself to the world. I said to do things that would just make me happy. And before long, I found out that life was better. So basically, I expect that depend on the individual's ability to open up to life again. And I was going to be the individual. It took me some time, but I'm a very happy person now.
I'm happy to hear that. And thank you so much for sharing as well.
Yeah.
All right, then thank you. DDW, this thing depends on individual, but Islamic point of view, it's not compulsory to stay, but a woman must stay for at least 6 to 9 months. The reason for the 6 to 9 months is to ensure that the lady is not pregnant for the husband. But as far as the man, it has no time limit. It's actually at your discretion. Aminu. Okay, so yes, if she's found to be pregnant, what happens for the late husband? That is, what happened? And a young unmarried dies. The family finds his girlfriend or fiancé, and the reason they look for her is to check if she was pregnant, if she's with a child. I think that's what happens now. That's what's prevalent now. They find she's with a child. You bring her into a family and take care of her and try to pamper her, because for them, the child is now going to represent the father in the family. So sometimes when you hear a young dies, does he have a friend? You say yes. Who is she? Let's find her. If she's pregnant. We want to preserve his lineage. But who really cares about how she's feeling? Away from whether or not she's pregnant. You feel like, oh, your son is no, or your brother is no more. Thank God they left a seed planted. But who cares about how that girl or that lady is feeling, having her own friend, say, and then the friend of her child? And somebody thinks she start checking for Wednesday as a girlfriend or is pregnant, because at the end of the day, you're not body state. And yes, we've had people like that who are not married to the said person. Someone else might accept them with a child, and then it becomes a battle between his family, the guy's family, self, as to whether or not that matches the child that is supposed to their own family. It's quite complicated. It's very complicated. And decision. Some women decide not to marry after their husband's death of their children. Some to marry, maybe because they don't have kids yet, so they have to move on after at least 1 year. You just reminded me of something. Whether someone mentioned it, one of the first callers mentioned it. If kids are involved, it some way somehow affects the grieving process and the moving on process, because you want to think of bringing in someone else to come and be father to your children, or bringing someone else to come and be mother to your children. But I don't think there's any rule, except of course what tradition clearly dictates and says this is what tradition says 1 year after, or 2 years after, or 3 years after. But at the end of the day, shouldn't it be dependent on the grieving partner to decide when they feel like it's okay? The final commercial break, we come back, we round off, and that'll be all for the sunny side today. Just stay tuned.
Tuned in to 92.3